Hey, hey, hey! Yes, welcome back to Building Stronger Neighborhoods, Neighborhood Nuggets, where I am your host tonight, Sadie Blue, where I serve as the community consultant for the Building Stronger Neighborhoods program. We got a good one tonight. I am looking forward to having fun, some laughs, some giggles on tonight. It is going to be amazing on tonight. Do me a favor, man, as we get started, I need you to share this. So if you will look down in the chat in the message area and click that share button and share that, invite someone else to get on because you don't want to miss it. If you live in Greensboro, Guilford County, or if you come to Greensboro, you don't want to miss what we're talking about tonight because what I have realized is that I've been missing out on fun. I literally have. I've been missing out on. I thought I knew some stuff. You know how we do. I thought I knew some stuff. I didn't know, and I'm like beating myself up a little bit, but I'm like I'm getting ready to get in the groove of things. So tonight I am so excited. First of all, to have my co-host with me, Miss Jerry Alfano from Greensboro Neighborhood Congress. So glad to have her on with us tonight. And then my special guest tonight is Miss Nasha McCray, my homie that we rub shoulders together and doing some planning for the community. And she is on tonight. And tonight we're going to talk about Parks and Rec. You might think you know, but you don't know. She's the expert in the room on this thing on tonight. And so we're going to get started. You know who I am, but I want to give an opportunity for my co-host to introduce herself, tell a little bit about what she does, and then we're going to ask Ms. Nasha to introduce herself. She's going to give you a little bit of personal background about her, and she's going to tell you what she does. Ms. Jerry, you're up.
Okay, I'm Jerry Alfano. I am on the executive committee for the Greensboro Neighborhood Congress. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the Greensboro Neighborhood Congress, we're a citywide alliance of neighborhoods committed to making the quality of life in Greensboro better and for helping neighborhoods resolve the issues that they may be having. So that's my role here. And I also want to self-disclosure. I actually worked for the Department of Parks and Recreation Department of, boy, I'm having a hard time getting it out here. I worked for the department for 9 years from 2000 to 2009, and I think it's a wonderful department.
Woo-hoo! So Miss Jerry has worked with Parks and Rec. She did it for about 9 years, and man, it's the best department to work for in the city. But don't tell the others that I said.
That's right.
Okay, but it is what it is. It's the funnest place to work in the departments, I think, because you get to do some really cool stuff. So tonight, Miss Nasha McCray, will you tell us a little bit about you and what you do?
Absolutely. Hello, everybody out there tuning in tonight. Thank you, Sadie and Jerry, for having me here to talk about one of my most absolute favorite subjects, which is our Greensboro Parks and Recreation Department. A little bit about me. I am originally from South Florida and have been living here in North Carolina in Tar Heel State for about 15 years. So just long enough where I start to develop a little twang, little accent whenever I go home to visit my family. I've worked in local government for about 20 years, which I may not look it. So that's been a blessing. But I actually, in a previous life, I actually started my career not in Parks and Recreation, although I am the director of the department. I actually started as a city planner. So that is such an interesting skill set that you see, you don't really see that very often, in our field. But I've been with the amazing city of Greensboro for 11 years. When I came here and joined the Parks and Recreation Department, I started as a division manager and had the exciting role of overseeing a lot of the planning, the design, the construction of projects. Many of the facilities that you all enjoy or that you see today that have happened during that time frame, I had the opportunity to work on. So that was an exciting start to my career here in Greensboro. And so got promoted over the years, and I have been the director for the department going on 3 years in January. So time definitely flies when you're having fun. And our department is certainly a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. And we have a great community that we like to serve here. So what do I do in my role? Of course, that changes from day to day, and any given thing in no day is the same. But we have, for those that don't know, we have the third largest Parks and Recreation department in the state of North Carolina. So I oversee that with an amazing team of folks. We have about 160 or so full-time and part-time employees. That can actually swell to about an additional 200 or 300 seasonal employees that come and work with us during the summertime, which is our busiest season. But so if you live in Greensboro or in Guilford County, what you have in this department and right here in your backyard, we have over 8,000 acres of parkland. So kind of wrap your brain around that. That's a lot of parkland and green space. We have 100 miles of trails and greenways here in the Greensboro, Guilford County limits. There's over 175 facilities. We have thousands of programs, and I can go on and on and on and on and on. But have the pleasure of leading that and working in tandem, like I said, with the absolute best Parks and Recreation department, the most professional staff, expert staff, and then working, of course, with you all, you know, the best community that you could possibly live in that supports us and embraces us. So that's a little bit about me and what I do.
Wow, you said a lot. I mean, you have really blown my mind with how large space that we have, the green space, the parks, and all that stuff, which is absolutely amazing. I'm sure maybe it didn't take Miss Jerry by surprise, but even that really has taken me by surprise. I want to talk about this. I'm super excited. Like, I want to stick my chest out. You know, residents of Greensboro, like, whoop, whoop. Because like there's been a rumor, right? Like I seen something on social media, like the Greensboro Parks and Rec, they won an award, and I know that I was trying to book you a couple of weeks ago, and you was like, Sadie, that ain't the best time. Like you know, we're gonna be in this thing and trying to see if we're gonna win this award. And then next thing I know, I seen this big picture. I was like, oh, they did. So tell us about that award. What happened?
Okay, so for anyone who's a sports fan out there, if you're a football fan, or even if not, you heard of the Super Bowl. And so what we have been able to accomplish here in Greensboro is very similar to winning the Super Bowl of the Parks and Recreation industry. So we have been awarded the 2020 National Gold Medal Award for excellence in Parks and Recreation management. And that is a huge accomplishment for us. We were a finalist last year, so we didn't quite make it, but there's 5 different categories and we won in class 2. So they divide the classes up by the city's population size, or if it's a military installation. And so we came very close last year, and we were so excited to be able to bring that award back home to Greensboro. This is not the first time we've won it, though. This is actually the first time we've won it in almost 20 years. So the first time, and I don't know if you all realize, our department has been around for over 85 years. So Parks and Rec has been around since about 1933. The first time we won the Gold Medal Award was in 1979. And then we won it again in 1987, and then in 2002. And so to be named a finalist last year was a huge accomplishment. And like I said, to bring that award back this year, we were so excited because it's a testament to, you know, again, not only the dedication that our staff has, but the way that we have an impact in Greensboro, the way we serve our community. And we do it in a way where our peers in the Parks and Recreation industry recognize that we've been innovative. You know, we have been really creative with the resources that we have. You know, we have done some excellent planning, just really sound business practices and how we collaborate and collectively serve. So it is a huge accomplishment for our staff and our team. It's a huge accomplishment for Greensboro. So this puts us on the map. You figure you have hundreds of applications that are submitted for this award, and for us to be one of 5 agencies across the country selected this year is absolutely just, it's amazing. And that doesn't take away from the other finalists that were in our category. They are amazing departments as well. But we're just really happy to put Greensboro on the map We know we're excellent. We know we're, you know, a gold medal winning and deserving department, but to be able to have that recognition, that's just amazing. And it was the icing on the cake that we needed for 2020, right? So 2020 has really been all over the place for all of us for a lot of different reasons. But, you know, to win this, we were able to say 2020 wasn't so bad after all, right?
Yeah. So I'm just amazed. Listen, if you're on with us tonight, this is what I want you to do. I want it to be interactive. I want you to drop in the comment section your favorite piece of playground equipment, right? So what was that thing when you went to the park? You know, when you went to your neighborhood park or where, what was your favorite piece of playground equipment? So,
well, Sadie, what was yours?
So mine was the merry-go-round. I'll tell you a very quick story, and then I want Miss Jerry to talk a little bit about what her favorite thing to do was when she worked for Parks and Rec for 9 years. I love to get on the merry-go-round, but I had at that time a boyfriend because I was in high school. I was old enough to have some kind of boyfriend, and he was really strong. And so, you know, as kids, we sit up on the handle. We don't sit down, you know. We sit up on the handlebar part of the merry-go-round, and he was pushing, and I kept saying, like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to hold on, you know, I'm not gonna be able to do it. They was like, you won't be able to hold on. I said, no, I can't do it. I'm not in falling off. And I flew off the merry-go-round, and dirt in my face. Everybody's coming over, like, and I'm shamed, right? So I want to act hurt because I want the sympathy because I don't want people laughing at me, you know. But truth of the matter is like that I don't know. It's just something about that daring and that feeling. And I knew he could push fast, but never had pushed that fast. And I don't know. I didn't eat my Wheaties that day, so I kind of flew off. So kind of crazy, right? So Miss Jerry,
Yes.
I know you have worked for you worked with Parks and Rec for 9 years, and you were sharing a little bit before we came on about some of your favorites and some of the things that were going on. Tell me, what was your favorite thing that you did when you worked for Parks and Rec in that department? What did you like? What was it?
Well, my job was a lot of fun. So, I mean, that's going to be really hard for me. So I was thinking when you asked that question, probably the events that we did with Greensboro Beautiful in the gardens. And probably my favorite is Art in the Arboretum, which we had virtually this year. And I want to give Parks and Rec staff a big plug on that because it was amazing virtually. But you know, I missed being there with the folks, I knew a lot of the craft vendors that were there, and the food vendors. I would meet people that I knew there. So all of that interaction in person, I certainly missed, but I was so impressed with the virtual job that they did this year. But yeah, I'd have to say that was probably the most fun I ever had, and they paid me to do that. So, and I got to meet
you to have fun.
Amazing people. So,
oh my
imagine
God.
that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So I'm seeing from the comments that people love the swings, the monkey bars, the merry-go-round, the slides, all that stuff that we actually have in almost all of, you know, our local parks now. I'm really impressed with our local parks, like your neighborhood parks I'm talking about. And I know we're dealing with the pandemic right now, but when it's over, I just want to encourage people, go back out to those parks, have some fun. As I get ready to ask Nasha the next question, I also want to tell you all, listen, I've seen more people take prom pictures and things in places like the Arboretum area and some of, it's not Bicentennial Garden, the garden areas that we have. Listen, you ain't got to look for a place to take pictures and have good background. Greensboro's got it for you. With Parks and Recs and the way that they kept our parks up and they really have made them beautiful. It's a wonderful place. We have someone who I know is a dear friend, is a photographer, and easily, like, let's just meet and get it done in one of the parks. And so I applaud Parks and Rec as well. So I want to move to the next question. But before I move to the next question, if you on tonight, you are in for a treat. So here is the question. I always give a question out and then ask for you to drop your comment or your answer in the comment section. So tonight's trivia question, let me get to it, because can y'all tell that I gotta make sure I say this right? And what you will receive is a gift card from Believe Nutrition. Now you say, why Believe Nutrition? One of the things that we want to encourage, even with Building Stronger Neighborhoods, is healthy eating and taking care of your bodies. And sometimes when you feel like you're in this place of you want to eat some junky food, go get a good smoothie. Go get a nice, healthy smoothie. And so I really want to encourage you. This place is great. They have everything from Twix smoothies to strawberry cheesecake smoothies, and still they're healthy, okay? Oh yeah. So tonight's question though is, which of Greensboro's parks is a part of the National Park Service? Let me say that one more time. Which of Greensboro's parks is a part of the National Park Service? Drop your answer into the comment section, and whoever's the first one to get it right will win the gift card for tonight. All right.
I'm not
so
eligible, am I? I mean, I know the answer, but that Twix smoothie sounds really delicious.
So we should meet. We should meet and go together. Yeah, I'm all about that. I'm so serious. Like, yeah, we can do that. All right. So, Nasha, when we think of Parks and Rec, right? Just straight up Parks and Rec, I think about parks. I think about rental shelters. I mean, that's kind of what I think about, right? But would you share with us some of the other things that you all are doing? Because when I went on to the website, I was like, they doing this kind of stuff? I mean, I don't know if the pivot kind of was with COVID or what, but I was amazed of some of the things that I saw. And it's one of the reasons why I wanted to get you on tonight, because people, they missing out. They missing out on some good stuff. So I want you to share some of the things you all are doing outside of just parks and just, rec as we think of it.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that, because we are not your typical Parks and Recreation department. We are engaged and involved with so many different things in our community. We collaborate extremely well. That's one thing that is a top tier talent for us. And we've been able to do a lot of things with our partners. They have been extremely understanding, as we adjust through COVID. But, one of the things you actually mentioned when you were talking about, eating healthy and taking care of yourself, that's sort of the paramount thing that we do in Parks and Rec. And that's one of our focus is health and wellness. And that can mean a lot of things, right? That could mean physical fitness. It could mean mental health. And especially now during, the pandemic, it's even more important, to take care of yourself and prioritize. So one of the things that we've been involved with, which I had already mentioned, all the different facilities that we have and amenities that we have in Greensboro, we are actually a key facilitator and coordinator of our community food task force. So, you all might have heard about food deserts and food disparity, but we do a lot of coordination with community partners to help address, food disparity in the community. We have community gardening programs. Jerry, as you mentioned, we work with Greensboro Beautiful, which is another one of our strong partners in this community to advance, our horticultural understanding, landscaping, volunteerism, just kind of awareness about the environment and stewardship. And they have done a phenomenal job raising funds to support, our efforts and our presence with our gardens, which are absolutely beautiful. But you even think about as we start getting into the winter, warming stations, we transition some of our recreation centers to help support persons that might be experiencing homelessness. So if they need to come in, on a very, very cold night, we have warming stations, and we partner with some of our partners that work with this segment of our population to offer our facilities for that use. One thing I like to share when I talk about what we do is we literally offer everything from cradle to grave. And so what I mean by that is we, in the last couple of years, have really prioritized offering programs for 0 to age 10. And we also manage 4 municipal cemeteries. So literally from cradle to grave and everything in between. We have something for everyone. And so, you know, that is something I'm really, really proud of. And it really shows even more so how our department and those of our peers throughout Parks and Rec, how we're even more essential, right? So, you know, you've heard throughout the pandemic, essential workers, and essential services, but some of my peers in community services, so we have other community services type departments that are external facing. We've done a really, really phenomenal job of pivoting and collaborating and figuring out how we can continue to offer those services in the community, especially areas that and folks that need it the most, you know, that don't have the ability to have other options. And so we've done a fantastic job, you know, the last couple of months. So as I mentioned previously, the summer is typically our busiest season. And so you think summer camps and, you know, you got the pools are open and spray grounds are open. And so we had to make our summer look a little bit differently based on, you know, public health guidance and to make sure that we were compliant with the governor's executive orders. And so what we did, and this was so innovative and so creative, and I'm so proud of our team for thinking through how to do this. But we actually took most of the programs that you would typically be able to enjoy in person during the summer, we shifted those things online. And so you were still able to log on and take fitness classes. You were able to get gardening classes, arts and crafts, even our summer camps. So even though we didn't have in-person summer camps, we were able, through our wonderful recreation center staff and some of our other community recreation services employees, got together and came up with creative summer stay camp kits. And so there were weeks of activities that parents or kids could come to any rec center, they could pick up, they could purchase it digitally online, and they could do a week worth of summer camp activities at home. We still partnered with Guilford County Schools to even feed some of our youth during the summer as part of our Energy at the Park playground program. So we still showed up. You know, we even did some pop-up spray ground during the summertime when the temperatures were really, really hot. And so, you know, we just tried to think outside of the box to figure out what is the best way that we could try to create at least a little bit of sense of normalcy for folks, but also provide, you know, that recreation outlet. Because there really wasn't, you remember, there really wasn't a whole lot of things that we could do. And so to be one of those agencies that could still provide that, it was just amazing to see. And so, you know, not only that I can't take all the credit for that, but our public libraries, our history museum, Creative Greensboro, we all teamed up and we created the GSO Greensboro Summer Online campaign. And so there is a whole website. So if you go to the city's website, there is a whole link where you can check out, and we're still going to continue virtual programming. So you can check out all of our online offerings. So there's arts classes, drama classes, there's story time. The History Museum has done a phenomenal job with tours. There's lots of things that we have. We got fitness classes, clinics, all of those things that are still available for people to do.
Wow. So you
can tell I love what I do, right? I can sit here and talk about this all night.
Yeah, I can't talk about it all night because I got to go to bed after a while. But I am super amazed. So while you were talking, I was like, let me just go to the website because I remember seeing some things, right? And one of the things, so everybody needs to make sure that they go to the Greensboro, the website, right? And so we're going to put those links in the comment section so that you'll be able to get to them easily. But I clicked on teams for one, and I see like stuff like, it looks like 11/12 on November the 12th, right? Which is day after tomorrow. It says, 'tis the season holiday desserts. You know, I'm a cook, so that just got me like, woo. But I also see like 11/13, there's gonna be this mysterious Benedict Society virtual escape room. Like, wow. So I'm just amazed. I want to click back because I know somebody's on here saying, I'm not a teenager. You are at heart, but I get it. Your age doesn't match like teenage, right? So as I'm looking on here, I see one that says 50 and older. And when I start looking up under here to see book for lunch, book club. So there's a book club. So we wouldn't necessarily think of Parks and Rec like that. But yeah, Absolutely. So it's lots to do. I want everybody to check it out. Don't miss out on these opportunities. I will tell you all on here. So my son and my godson, they are gamers. Like when they come to the house, they take over the TV in the living room. My godson, he brings his game. Y'all, he brings his game to my house and they just take over. Like it's not even an ask anymore. They just unplug and plug in. I'm just like, whatever. You ain't in the street doing nothing bad. So I saw that like Parks and Rec was sponsoring this gaming thing, right? A couple of months ago. And so here I am telling, my son and my godson, like, dude, y'all need to get in on this tournament. And I'm thinking, they having a gaming tournament with Parks and Rec. Like they stepping this thing up because, and listen, my kids are, my son is 29. He'll be 30 next month. My godson is somewhere at 26, 27. If he's watching, don't worry me. I can't keep up with the ages. But it gave something for everybody to do, right? So I'm amazed at how we've been able to, like you said, encompass more than just a swing set, more than just a rental shelter, just so many things. And I'm telling you, I need everybody to go on and check out that website. I know we have 4 minutes left and somebody's saying, you gotta hurry up because I gotta go eat. But I wanna ask one more question before I do it. Ms. Jerry, do you have any questions for Nasha before I ask my last question?
No, I just want to comment. I want to give the shout out to the Parks and Recreation staff because now that I'm retired, I've done a lot of work on our neighborhood park. I'm with you, Sadie. I'm so impressed with our parks all the time because we have so many neighborhood parks besides our gardens and our big parks. We have neighborhood parks. And the staff in Parks and Rec is very responsive and really great to work with. And I won't pick on any of the other departments, but I have to say they are my favorite to work with.
We won't tell them.
No, it just really, they really try to be to meet your needs as a member of the community versus, this is just my job. You really always get that feeling that they really go much further than they have to go. So they're a great group. They're a great group to work with, and they've been a great group to work with as part of the community.
Ooh, kudos.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you.
I need to make an announcement. So Chris Wilson is our winner for tonight's question. And so Nasha, which park is it that we have that falls under? Let me go back to this question because I will crucify the question, you all. If I don't, I'll be saying some of anything. Which one of our parks is part of the National Park Service?
So the Battleground Parks District, most of you know Country Park, but Country Park is just one element of our Battleground Parks District. The park that is actually a part of that is the Guilford County National Military Park, which is included within that Battleground Parks District. So if you want to find more information about that, which is a really, really cool parks district, you got to go to our website and find information about that. But it includes over 400 acres right here in Greensboro. It includes Country Park, Lewis Recreation Center, Forest Lawn Cemetery, the ANY Greenway, the National Military Park, JC Park, and one of my most favorite destinations, the Greensboro Science Center. So all of that in the Battleground Parks District, but we got some really, really cool things that we have on the horizon for that I think people will enjoy. So you got to check out our website to find out some more information.
So I was going to ask you a different question, but you said Greensboro Natural Science Center, and that made me think about something. Because who was this yesterday? I think somebody was talking to me. It was like, you got to go. It was something about the lights, the festive lights.
The Winter Wonder Lights?
Winter Wonder Lights. That's what we got to talk about for this, because I'm a big kid. So everybody knows Christmas is my favorite holiday in the whole wide world, right? And yes, I do like presents and I put them up the tree, but I love the lights. I love the smell of Christmas. I love the spirit of Christmas and winter. I like winter because I know it's really cold, but I love hot chocolate and teas and all that, and a good blanket, right? So everything about that. And so I want you to talk. Will you just share with them as we get ready to close out about the, what you call it, Winter Wonderland lights? Is that right?
Yeah, Winter Wonder Lights. And so this is a program that is being put on by the Greensboro Science Center. It is the very first time they've ever done this. And so we are absolutely thrilled and excited about that. And this gives you the opportunity to just traverse and wander through hundreds of thousands of beautiful lights, Christmas decorations to get you into the holiday spirit. I believe there's even this giant snow globe that you can walk through. It just illuminates the science. The Science Center is already amazing anyway, but it just transforms it into another destination at night. And so they're accepting reservations because they have a limited amount of folks that they will allow to come through, at any given time. But certainly support them. They are one of the top tourist destinations that we have right here in our backyard in the state. And so, as everyone can imagine, it's been a challenge, trying to figure out how to provide that outlet and opportunity. But this is a really, really just creative and innovative take on the holiday that we can enjoy right here. So don't forget that. But then also the carousel, the Greensboro Rotary Carousel is also there as well, which is just been amazing. So you can just add that also to the whole experience.
Woo, you done said a whole lot. Because I seen adults riding the carousel, and I was like, booyah, I got to get on there. Listen, I want to encourage everybody, please, 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 take advantage of all of these services. It's so much to be offered. We have dropped the link in the chat to the Winter Wonder Lights so that you can be able to have an easy click and make your reservations. It doesn't matter if you're 2, 22, 52, 82, we're big kids at heart. So please take advantage of all these services. Listen, I want to thank you all tonight. Thank you to Ms. Jerry Alfano from the Greensboro Neighborhood Congress for being my co-host on tonight, and Ms. Nasha McCray, who rocks it at Park and Rec, and to the Park and Rec staff. Listen, I know it takes all of you all to make it do what it do. And I'm proud to be able to say I'm a citizen of Greensboro, where we have the best parks there.
That's
are,
right.
I'm so serious. So I appreciate you. To my friends behind the scenes, thank you again for making this happen and making us sound and look good. Until the next time that we talk again, listen, I am Sadie Blue, your neighborhood consultant for the Building Stronger Neighborhoods program. I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Come and see me because I'm going to the Natural Science Center. Have a fantastic night.